Well, hello, and welcome back to Rockdale, Sudville, USA. In today's episode, we are moving across Big Gulp Bay and making a new town near the RIA airport, connecting the RIA airport and the new area that we are going to be building with our subways and creating new lines on the site, and fixing some roads around the city that are janky that people have pointed out to, and adding more sims to the city of Rockdale. Also, if you would like to support the channel and keep up to date when we drop our next episode, subscribe and turn on notifications, and drop a like if you like the content. It's a free way to show support. If you would like to support us directly, links for our Patreon are in the description below. Thank you for being a part of our community, and thanks to the whole MurderM Nation family of subscribers. We love y'all. Without any more talk, let's get into it. Enjoy, you legends. Right, we are starting out today with a little flyover of the entirety of the city, as you guys have seen most of it now. And there's the RIA, Rockdale International Airport, we just built in the previous episode. Little gander at the highways, another train extension there. The beaches are amazing on this side of the map that I'm in. And finally coming back and taking it a little slower to the international airport here, and the site of our first project today. Alright guys, so first things first, we're going to fix up this highway here. This bridge, when I created the map, drove me crazy and couldn't only do but one side, so now I can officially do both. It'll switch back there for some people to get to the other side of the highway. Add some sound barriers to the rest of this section. We're missing some pillars though, we'll add those. Setting my lane priority for the highway on that side and the other side. We're just gonna go around here and start making some highway sections and some other main roads, priority roads. Also gonna go around here in the city in some areas that have been pointed out to me to fix that were anarchied and not connecting. There we go. Yeah, you can see right here as I'm making it a priority road, actually how all the connections for buses and laneage all stop right there. Upgrade all these sections here and adjust them a little bit, get it to match up. And now that that's actually connected, should allow some of this backlog of traffic to fix itself over time as well. I'm just here using some of the Move It tool and road tools, trying to get this bridge to look a little more similar to the sister bridge that it has on the opposite side there. Let's see if we can line these up a little smoother, because why not? Dropping a name on the street for Fashion 40 there, Fashion 40 Avenue. And just going back through the city, as I said, and finding all these little bits of road that didn't connect because they were anarchied, and deleting them and replacing them until we can get them straightened out. Whole lot of little quick fixes here. Some of them are just elevated roads that need to be put to ground level. Some need to be deleted completely. It's always a good bet to pause when you're doing this too, to prevent you from losing your zoning. Man, I just love that flyover road in this residential neighborhood here from the main road coming into the subdivision here. Absolutely love it. All these placed to ground level and fixed. And this one just had all sorts of problems. No wonder none of the highway traffic was coming in from any direction. But we got it fixed in the end. Took a little bit of working, but we got it. But there we go with that. Our main road is fixed and we're moving on. Touching up a couple other spots here by these parks. Not connected. Alright. Started noticing a bit of a death wave going on. And so, of course, as the mayor of Rockdale Subville, we're going to have to correct this by laying down a metric ton of crumbs. Getting all these gray areas to green up. Alright. Awesome. Alright, we're going to start with a little bit of landscaping here and flattening out our top up here. A little bit of a slope going on to this area up here. And we're going to go in and add in some new connections to the highway on this side. It's all situated. First, I'm always doing all this in anarchy, so the trees are all over the road. We're going to remove those out of there as well. Alright, we're going to grab a road and start running a state road along here. It's going to lead all the way down and connect to the highway. And then we're going to lead it all the way back down and around you guys up to here, where we're going to lay out this little road layout here for you legends. That reminds me of a orange slice or like a lemon slice or something. Interesting layout. I'm interested to see how it turns out in the end. To go through and remove trees from those areas too. Doing a little bit more landscaping and smoothing out some spots. Okay. Alright, now we're going to move on to starting to make our little super subdivision area here. One of those areas that a developer bought and pre-planned everything. I'm going to go for sort of a little bit of an organic kind of shape to the exterior main road, arterial road. And then for the center, we're going to go with a little bit more gridded. A lot of small homes on the northern side of the subdivision, and the southern side more towards RIA Airport will be a lot of pathing and kind of mixed small homes, small-ish homes, and then other bigger homes. Also working on getting all the trees out of the way of the highways, state roads, main roads, all that good stuff. Okay, going along here and just removing a few extra trees. Now we're going to get started with our grid here. And I like to go through the middle with a one-way road. I find it manages the traffic a lot more better. We still have our arterial road if they need to get back around again. Keep everybody flowing in one direction. Get all these little side roads here in our smaller housing area more toward the northern side. Will come in a minute. And we're going to do the southern section first. Kind of going to be tiered almost as it goes up the hill. We got these little fancy curving paths meandering through every once in a while. Once we actually detail it up in the following episode, it's going to look fantastic. I mean, I think it already came out pretty nice in the end. Now moving on to the more northern side, we're going to have a lot more close, tighter grids in very tiny 2x2 4-square homes. Try to get some sort of a decent little grid going on here. Okay. Getting some inroads and some outroads. But overall, I think it all came out quite nice in the end. What do you guys think? Let me know below in the comments. Very, very nice. Alright. And now moving on to laying down some zoning. We're going to do this very methodically and very carefully. Going through and adding it in. Skipping a 4-square lot every other lot, so that once these ones go in, we can drag it across and fill in all our other spaces, and we'll get all the sized homes that we want. And there's something so satisfying about watching what took you probably a good 45 minutes to an hour to pass in about a 5 to 10 minute period. A lot of the zoning wasn't lining up with the other block on the other side just because of the terrain mainly, but we could have probably adjusted with move it and our zoning tool, but for now I think this will work. We got quite a bit of residential added to the city in general, a little bit of business in there for some peeps. Very nice. Alright, and now everybody's favorite part, a little speed run of putting in the water pipes and the electricity for this new year. Enjoy, and we'll see you on the other side. Man, I enjoy those. Never get old, do they, guys? Alright, time to give us some nice little districts for this area. I think we're gonna do this one as its own district. There we go. A little bit of live play here for you guys. Getting it going. Alright. And we'll do this area down here as its own district. And I'm sure you guys may have noticed as I left the end roads there, kind of just ending to nowhere for now. Always thinking ahead, room for potential growth. Grab this and drag it out as evenly as we can. There we go. Grab that. Put that in there as well. There we go. Nice. that we got our districts and our power and our water down, we're going to get down some essential city services, hospitals, crims, elder care, death care, child care, all the cares. Every one of them. Get a local graveyard as well. We'll do an elder care up here on this one section, kind of looking off the edge of the hill over the airport there. Be a pretty good view. Try to always give the elder care a decent. Getting some high schools and some elementary schools done. And a college up top. Alright, and now we switch gears over to some parks. Dog parks, playgrounds, plazas, all that stuff. And really try to deck the super community out here. And like I said previously in the following episode, we are going to come back in here and we are going to really detail the crap out of this section and the section up above. Mainly the lower section that's more gridded though. Nice little botanical garden there on the edge. Absolutely fantastic. Loving the way this new community over here is turning out. You guys will have to come up with some ideas for names for these two areas. Make sure you drop those below in the comments. I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. Alright, and now going through and adding in a little bit more office, low density business, and a little bit more of our low density residential on bigger lots, as I was saying in the section with all the pathing. Doing a lot of 2x3s in the section with a decent little gap between them, and we're also going to do some bigger residential areas and sections up more toward the top of the hill. It's not to block the view of the residents that are living in the lower terraced areas. And then just using the move it tool here to move the elementary school over here and the little playground that's located next to it to try to make them look a little bit more well incorporated to each other. Also moving a couple of roads, a little wonky. Try to see if we can make something kind of unique out of something wonky. Get a little bridge there and a little underpass section. Connecting up. Also see if we can get this basketball court situated. And just keep on going around, dropping all this stuff. This little bridge section. I'd say I'm pretty happy with that overall. I think it looks pretty good. Alright. Yep, beautiful. Alright, and now we move on. Alright, and we're gonna add in the rest of the zoning and a couple bus loops, and we'll let that ride on another little speed run. And once again, we'll see you legends on the other side. And what started out as some innocent landscaping and adding in some trees quickly devolved into me getting my ADHD going and getting highly distracted with doing the train tracking, leveling it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this run on another speed run here. We actually do make it look a lot better using the Move It tool, leveling it out, adjusting the curves to a little bit more realistic seeming angles of attack and curve sections. And we actually took some of the cave and rocks and ended up making a really cool tunnel section for the train to go in. I'd say it came out pretty damn cool. Using our landscaping tool here to take some of those sharp edges, to take the teeth off of it. Take the bite out of it, huh guys? And this bridge leading down is at a ridiculous angle for me. Sorting that all out too. There we go. Alright, and with that all leveled out, we can go on our landscaping tool and kind of smoothing off some odd edges here and there. Getting it all looking just right for me. Now, getting to the fun part, making this train tunnel out of these cave parts and these rocks. It turned out pretty damn good in the end. What do you guys think? So be sure to let me know. Alright, just a little bit more work kind of trying to make this tunnel section look a little bit better. And these guys here prompted me to have a crazy idea and make a little bit of a desert area in this map. And this just may be tying into something else coming. There we go, at the top of the mountain. This whole area here along the coast. Back off into the wild blue yonder. It's a little high powered there when it's too big, huh? Okay. Go ahead and get this spot. See if we can get that a little bit more edged up there. Go ahead and grab that. Kind of spread it around a little bit. A little bit more speckly. Trying a few different brush types. Seems the small one is about the best you're gonna get. go. Okay. And then we'll go through here with our tree brush and remove the majority of these trees, especially these giant yew trees. They would not be growing in a desert environment like that, so we'll go ahead and get rid of them. We'll leave a few here and there that are just super stubborn trees, just like murder. Just don't know when to quit and don't know when to stop. There we go. That looks good. Alright. And now we'll put some of those trees that we removed from the little desert area we made back in there behind the mountains across Big Gulp Bay to use by adding a ton of trees around both of these districts. See if we can give them a little bit more of a buffer with our custom tree brush here between them and the highway and the airport. We may have to snag some of these vanilla trees from the creation of the map itself. Putting a little bit of trees down around the parks as well in that area. Because everybody wants to get a decent little amount of trees around them, you know? It's just nice. Go outside, sit down, have a cup of coffee, listen to the birds chirping in the woods. Absolutely fantastic. These custom brushes I like too. Gives you some interesting patterns to the trees. There we go. And that should do it for the trees. And the nightmare of trash as always, so we're going to add down some trash kind of out of the way here. I think we're going to do it over in this section right here. Alright. I'll grab us some rural roads here. Go ahead and run a decently little long stretch of dirt road here from the highway off ramps and on ramps there and down, and it's going to lead right on into the highway itself, just on this one side. Give them a little quicker access to the city on the other side of the river there. And knowing this game potentially all the way over to the other side of the bay if they get short-handed on garbage. And then we're just going back through with our forest brush and removing any trees that may be on the rural road there. And then placing down some power and water for our trash collection area. Even gave it a fancy little road there. There we go. Using the power to move it. And right on out of the way. And that's another task done. Check that box. Check. Alright, and with that, moves us on to our last task of the day, which is getting this subway connected up to our main subway system in the main downtown of Subopolis. Just kind of guiding, meandering our way underground here to the actual connection, feeding that in there, and there we are. See if we can't get a connection going the other direction as well, and we'll start loading up some passengers on here, creating some new stops. This is going to connect everybody. It's going to become a very, very big money maker for the city here. We rely highly on our public transportation around here in Subopolis. And we'll even add in 2 new stops for the original was going to be at one point in Rockdale's history the downtown. And it sort of is a little bit of a bustling downtown for the local original residents of Rockdale. But we're also putting a stop just adjacent to the winter market in Old Town. And to do that, we're going to need a little bit of a loan there. We went ahead and grabbed that loan, get that down, and we'll loop this a little ways around here. That'll at least give us our 2 stops over on this side. Yeah. Oh, we're out of money again. I'm not taking another loan. Yeah, it's probably gonna take too long if I wait. Alright. Now we do go ahead and wait on that. Instead of sitting around waiting on the money to come in, we're gonna go ahead and move over to just going ahead and dropping down some stops on all these bad boys. There we go. We'll have that one lead back to here, there, here. Yeah, there. And there. And we'll loop here to there. And back to the main hub in the downtown here. And back to the start here. There we go. Looks good to me. Alright, and squeezing down just a little bit more of some low density business, some high density residential, and some office spaces. Because the peeps around here need to do their shopping and they need some sort of local jobs aside from the international airport there, which probably would employ quite a few of the residents of this community. should they choose to work there. And after all our hard work, we get to sit here and watch it grow, guys. That's what I like to see. Peeps moving in and moving in fast. Absolutely love to see that. Alright, and last but not least, we are going in here and giving this district some forestry specialization. And then going into our district and adding some policies. There we go. I think we'll change that up there for now. That definitely works better than what they had. We'll go through here and tick some boxes and see if we can't give these guys a little bit better way to go here. Recycling, smoke detectors, parks and rec, education boost, all sound like good things to me, guys. Debating on whether I should have lower rent. Some of these guys in this area. Low density business and low density residential. Get a break. Small business benefactor. Always a good one. We might potentially do the high-rise ban. We'll see how this area turns out in the next few episodes. Overall, I'd say it's looking pretty damn good. Alright, guys. Well, you know what time it is. Drawing toward the end of the video here, and we are going to run some epic flybys of what we did today. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and we'll see you on the outro. Alright, you absolute legends. That's about gonna do it for today's episode of Subopolis. We got a bunch done today. We moved across Big Gulp Bay and made the new town. Names are still up for suggestions near the RIA. We connected the RIA to the new area that we built and to our existing subways in Rockdale and Subopolis itself, downtown proper. We also went in and fixed a whole bunch of roads that were janky and broken. But I've done enough yapping on, guys. I'm going to slide on out of here. Happy Monday to you, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and we will see you guys Friday. Alright, you absolute legends. As always, Mad Murder Nation love to you. And remember, if nobody else cares, murder cares.